In a world where proxy wars, oil markets, and nuclear standoffs hang by a thread, a single sentence can change everything. And Donald Trump just dropped one. We're having direct talks with Iran. This isn't just diplomacy. This is the biggest foreign policy pivot since the Abraham Accords, and it's happening in real time. In this video, we're breaking down Trump's statement, the stakes for the US, Israel, and the Middle East, and what a deal, or no deal, could really mean. Chapter 1. What Trump actually said. At a press event in Mar-a-Lago, Trump stunned the room. They've started, and it'll go on Saturday. We have a very big meeting, and we'll see what can happen. He wasn't vague. He wasn't cryptic. He was signaling that direct backchannel negotiations with Iran are officially on. Not through proxies. Not through the UN. Direct. And that alone is a geopolitical earthquake. Because this time, there's more than diplomacy at stake. Chapter 2. The stakes. Nuclear, regional, global. Let's talk stakes. Iran's nuclear program is on the brink of breakout capability, with uranium reportedly enriched to 60%. Israel has made it clear, if Iran crosses the nuclear threshold, they will act militarily. The U.S. Navy has increased its presence in the Persian Gulf. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are watching nervously. Russia and China are working behind the scenes, building stronger economic ties with Tehran. In short, one wrong move, regional war. One wrong signal and oil prices spike. One miscalculation. U.S. troops in harm's way. So when Trump says, we'll see what can happen, he means it. Because the alternative is what he calls the obvious. And that's not a bluff. Chapter 3. The obvious, and why no one wants it. Trump said, the obvious is not something that I want to be involved with, or frankly, that Israel wants to be involved with if they can avoid it. What's the obvious? War. Airstrikes on nuclear sites. Iranian retaliation across the region. Terror cells activated. Missile barrages from Hezbollah. Cyber attacks on Western infrastructure. And once it starts, there's no telling how far it spreads. So even the most hawkish actors are saying, if there's a deal to be made, let's make it. Chapter 4. Trump's track record with Iran. Let's not forget, Trump isn't new to Iran diplomacy. He tore up the Obama-era JCPOA in 2018, calling it the worst deal ever. He imposed crippling sanctions, took out Qasem Soleimani, and brought Tehran to the brink, without triggering all-out war. Now, Trump seems to be offering Iran a way out, but on his terms. No secret enrichment. No sunset clauses. No loopholes. This is maximum pressure, reloaded, with a diplomatic off-ramp. Chapter 5. The role of Israel and their red line. Trump mentioned Israel directly, not something that Israel wants to be involved with, if they can avoid it. Israel's prime minister has said it clearly. Iran must never acquire nuclear weapons. And Mossad has shown they're willing to act, with cyber attacks, sabotage, even assassinations. But even Israel, for all its capability, knows the costs of war would be high. Civilian casualties. Hezbollah, retaliation, diplomatic fallout. Trump's talks are not just about American interests. They're about buying time for Israel to breathe, and maybe to realign. Chapter 6. The Saudi Dimension. New alliances, old fears. Saudi Arabia is the wild card. They've been pursuing normalization with Israel. They've signed oil deals with China. They've allowed Iran to reopen embassies. But they don't want a nuclear-armed Iran. Trump's talks may be the last chance to keep the Middle East from entering a new arms race. And if a deal comes through, expect Riyadh to realign with Washington. Expect new economic treaties. Expect the return of the Abraham Accords 2.0. Trump's style is transactional, but the effect, transformational. Chapter 7. China, Russia, and the power play. While America talks, China and Russia are watching. China wants Iranian oil, stability for its Belt and Road project, leverage over the U.S. Russia wants chaos to distract NATO, weapons sales, Regional influence. If Trump pulls off a deal, it blocks both Beijing and Moscow. That's why this isn't just diplomacy. It's geostrategic chess. And Trump knows it. Chapter 8. What a Trump-Iran deal could look like. So what does a deal even look like? Possibilities. Partial sanctions relief in exchange for full IAEA access. Capped enrichment levels below weapons grade. Regional security pact with Gulf states. U.S. recognition of Iran's civilian program if military aspects are frozen. And maybe, just maybe, a path for Iran to re-enter the global economy. That's the carrot. The stick? A strike package already drafted by CENTCOM. Chapter 9. Domestic fallout. Will America support it? Here's the irony. Trump doing a deal with Iran may enrage Democrats who say he walked away first, neocons who want regime change, Iran hawks in the media and think tanks. But for America First nationalists, this is exactly the play. No endless war. Maximum leverage. Strong borders and strong diplomacy. It's not appeasement. It's positioning. Chapter 10. The clock is ticking. Trump said talks have already started, and Saturday's meeting could be historic. If there's no breakthrough, expect escalation. Expect cyber attacks. Expect proxy strikes in Iraq and Syria. But if there is a deal, markets will rally. Oil prices may drop. Global tensions could de-escalate fast. Either way, the world is watching. And once again, it's Trump at the center.